Sweet people, happy Sunday. Welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for November 28th to December 5th, 2021. This week, we are starting December, the last very active month of 2021. And on the 1st, Neptune turns direct in Pisces after being retrograde in this sign since June 25th. So since that time, we have had, as a collective, the chance to become more aware of the ways that we can tend to outsource our power or outsource our intuition. So maybe during this time, you learn something new about yourself and what it means for you to be your most empowered, strong, critically engaged, critically thinking self. And we can, of course, take this information and apply it moving forward into 2022. Also this week, on the 4th at 2:43 a.m. ET, we have our total solar eclipse in Sagittarius, which wraps up the eclipse season that we have been in since November 19th, which started with our lunar eclipse in Taurus, but also wraps up the last 1.5 year series of eclipses on the Gemini-Sag axis. So solar eclipses are powerful new beginnings, which blast open new doors in our life. And the energy of this one is like a long-awaited new beginning that we have been working so hard to achieve over the last 1.5 years. So a lot new coming in this week and a lot of opportunity for release and healing at this solar eclipse, because this new moon eclipse is conjunct the south node in Sagittarius, the energy of decrease, release. So severing ties with any old ideas about who we are and who we have to be that have been informed by the past that just don't make sense anymore. And also powerful energy of healing here, because this new moon is just 3 degrees away from Mars conjunct the south node in Sagittarius. So the energy of cutting off the old is powerful at this lunation. Let's pull some cards for this week ahead and see how we can best work with this energy. Starting off December 2021, what do we need to know? Six of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the Chariot. What are you giving of yourself that doesn't feel quite right anymore, that may actually be like directly hindering you from moving forward in the way that you want to? Really consider this question this week, because the ways that we have been giving, which maybe have been on autopilot, maybe even not on autopilot, but just have been the ways that we have been giving of ourselves that have actually gotten us to where we are right now and given us so many reasons to be proud of what we have achieved, the security that we've built in ourselves, the confidence that we've built in ourselves, and the skills that we've built in ourselves. All of that needs to change this week. And what it means for us to be a strong self, what it means for us to do a good job, maybe in our business, maybe in a relationship, just in your life in general, is changing a lot. Just bring your awareness this week to where you have been maybe pulling yourself back or keeping doing something that literally just feels like it is draining right now. With the Chariot and the 9 of Pentacles reversed and the 6 of Pentacles, this is all about our relationship with ourselves, our independence, and our ability to support ourselves in moving forward. It's like the more that we can support ourselves in propelling ourselves forward, whether that means changing the ways that we have been doing things up to now and having the faith to try a new way, having the faith to be inspired by some example that we notice outside of us and make it our own and try it, or whether that just means like starting something new entirely. But I don't necessarily think that's the case here with the 9 of Pentacles. It's like we are reaching some energy of fulfillment here in the ways that we have been working. It's like what we have been working on has reached fruition, and we have to kind of acknowledge that. Like, where have you been over this last 1.5 years? What are you proud of? What's the next thing that you're going to set your sights on now? You have to have enough faith that really exciting goal, that really exciting new horizon that maybe feels really scary, with all of this South Node energy, like so much Sagittarius action happening this Sagittarius season and a lot of South Node activation, we can feel very pulled back into the past. When you feel like you need to do things in a way that you've just always done, but it just feels kind of draining. It doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't feel exciting anymore. Really check yourself. You know, where's fear lurking in those moments? Where could you call in more faith? The Chariot is asking for us to be strong and pull together a plan, pull together a vision, pull together a routine, and really trust ourselves that when we put one foot in front of the other, we can get things going. Like, we have to really try new ways this week. And when we do, we're going to surprise ourselves at how fast the ball can get rolling and how much we can bring to a new way of doing things. So much strength coming in here. Lord of material success, Lord of material gain. Really applying what we have learned around what doesn't work for us and what does work for us. Centering ourselves in what we're doing now. If something's not working for you in your life right now, you can change that, and you actually have to change that. It's like you are the only person who can change that this week. So do it. You don't need to drag any old ideas about, oh, I struggled with this in the past, so I don't know if it's gonna work for me now. It will. The past doesn't need to mean shit about where you're going now. Be so proud. Like, we have so much to be proud of. With this 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, we have so much to be proud of ourselves for. Look at how far you have come over this last year and a half. No more autopilot. No more autopilot, more inspired action. The Hanged Man. So, like, looking at your situation as if it's not you right now can really perhaps offer you some clarity as to where you want to jet propel yourself next. What do you want this person that is the leading person in your life, the leading person in your story that you want to win, that you want to get what they're working so freaking hard for, what they have been setting intention for, what they are continuing to demonstrate readiness for. What do you want for this person? Make a plan for yourself for that person. Check in with your heart, check in with your soul, and trust yourself. You know, it's really all about doing what we need to do right now, not forcing anything, not pushing anything, not trying to do something that it's just not the time for. Trusting in divine timing, trusting in what's for us will not miss us, and that we will know when it is the time to take action, and we will know the time that when it's time to just slow down and course correct a little bit. Really trust yourself. You don't need to rush. You don't need to push anything. Where might you be kind of like acting out of a scarcity mentality right now and kind of, you know, pushing yourself to busy. Oh, I have to keep doing something because this is like what I've always done. No, the Hanged Man says a higher way. Choose a higher perspective now. And so much can open up from that. So much can be released from that. This is the card that comes before death and transformation in the tarot, right? Like, we have to allow space. And maybe that's what this gateway between eclipses has been about for us. This waning moon period has been about for us. Kind of like releasing and understanding what a stagnant area of our life really means for us, and what's really there for us. There's a different perspective that's coming in as we approach this new moon eclipse. Let it. Don't fear the still moments where you're just surveying the scene and understanding. There's almost like a little bit of strategy maybe happening here. One more card. It's not always the time for everything. Like, what is it the time for right now? What is it the time for you to hit the gas on right now? Like, look at where you are on the road. What do you need to pay attention to? And where are you trying to get to? And what do you need to pay attention to right now? And what can you kind of like plan to pay attention to later, if that makes sense? Three of Cups. Opening up to others in a new way, opening up to connection in a new way. Maybe we're used to being really independent, used to doing it all ourselves, used to being the only one steering this ship. But maybe in this new perspective, from this new vantage point that we are getting to have this week, we can actually conceive of a world where we trust others to help us, where we trust others with our vision, with our heart, with our truest intentions, inviting in some trust, some connection, and being lighthearted about it, really being, maybe some healing in our relationship life coming in this week. We have a lot to celebrate. So make this week a time where you do celebrate yourself. Think about what you want to celebrate more of in 2022. Because where attention goes, energy flows. That's what the Chariot teaches us. Like, let the universe know that you're ready for this abundant, like the Lord of Abundance, the Three of Cups. Let the universe know, like, by demonstrating it with your actions, by opening up to that, by making a point to open up to that in your calendar. And maybe that's a whole new way, and maybe that feels scary because you've built where you are right now based on a very different way. But that's okay, because moving forward can be so good. So good. Uncertainty is such a prevalent energy during eclipse season. There's so much magic in uncertainty. There's so much magic. If we're willing to check our fear, and if we're willing to check our lack mentality, if we're willing to check those thoughts that are like, oh no, that person's probably doing this and not even thinking about me, or no, this is probably not going to happen, or whatever. Really deciding to be with ourselves in those moments, get grounded again, and make choices from a place of remembering that the universe is an abundant place, and we're working hard for a reason. Okay, full moon, completion. Completion. What are you complete? What have you done? What kind of wrapped up with this lunar eclipse in Taurus that we had on the 19th? What have you been feeling the ripple effects of? What have you been kind of like really getting to grips with the fact that that is just done in my life? One way of operating, one way of conceiving of your success, one plan, one goal, one whole part of your life. What ended around this Taurus lunar eclipse that this last week has made evident to you? Clearing space for the new, even better. Let's pull one last oracle card here. Beautiful. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. You can always choose again, and your choice is the most powerful force in your life. You can always choose again. Right now, you can choose again right now to course correct, to recalibrate, to claim a different path, to claim a different way, to claim a different concept of self, to claim a different intention. You can always choose a different way. Just choose the most authentic way. That's the most sustainable way. That's the right way. Moons coming in here. You're not always the one in control. That's what eclipse season teaches us, right? Things are still changing, and maybe we're still feeling the ripple effects of the, we are still feeling the ripple effects of this, this last eclipse, and then we have another one coming up this week. So stay grounded, stay aware, be in that hanged man energy, and only just focus on what you need to focus on to get your chariot moving in the right forward direction, and then you can't fuck it up. My loves, I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings for this week ahead.